No. I got 78 views on my Last of Us final part. Okay. 78 views. Sweet. Right, I'm going to turn Kerry down because I'm live again. Do making a lost level. So there are 3. Well, Jackson's Pie, Solar Sweet, and Hunt. Okay, let's bring a level with. Right. This should be a very short live stream in a way because it's just the last levels DLCs.
How
All
long
this.
does that usually last?
Like it should be maybe 15 20 minutes tops.
But you might take your time even more than that with it, though, because it's only a very short one, so.
So this doesn't have any sound. Again, this is a pre-alpha. It's so so there'll be no talking, no game sound.
What's that for?
The lock. So basically, they added in pre-alpha levels where the game where some of the levels got cut from the main game.
Right. So what's that to do with the there's a lost no video sound quality and all that one.
The lost levels. Right. Did I even get a face paint on me? No, I didn't. Oh,
Do you think Tony's still fast asleep?
probably.
Right. I'm going to tell you now because I've heard this, but I don't know if it's true. We might be getting thunderstorms in a bit.
Thunderstorm.
Yeah. Yeah, we might be getting. Yeah, well, apparently we're going to get thunderstorms. That's what I say. I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah, that's what I've been told at work. So, yeah.
It's just feels weird because there's no one actually talking. What's everyone down here?
Excuse me. Oh. Connor, are you able to change screen whilst you're also doing your live?
Yeah, Cornigan.
Can you share it then? So I've got something to do. Please, thank you. I always forget though that if you can or not. So I want to see how it goes here. I keep forgetting to ask Adam though how far is like off for Last of Us.
Then say there's no one here talking. It's just
Really weird.
hi bitch. See right now they're talking. Well,
It's fucking creepy.
I don't know why they cut this list from the game. It's pretty fun. Was I okay? Enable. I'll probably use levels again on stream just with the direct fun.
Yeah.
But
Oh Jesus. Run a little bit. Oh, by the way, do you like how I sent you that thing that kind of that part 2's coming out soon on the either Blu-ray or DVD?
yeah, I can't wait.
So I bet Cindy did because you've got them, but I didn't know Tony's got them as well.
Tony, I don't think Tony has powers yet on DVD.
That's why I didn't bother sending me because he hasn't got part 1 I don't think. So. Oh. Oh.
No. No, I didn't. I've never been at it before.
Fuck Seattle.
Is it like a new DLC or is this like an old one?
So basically, this was meant to be part in the main game, but
We got rid of
yeah, so.
it. You know what this actually reminds me of though, because I know that they did it with Crash Bandicoot. They got rid of the level of the main game and put it in as a DLC. Slippery Heights, I think it was called. Because they got rid of it from the main game, and there was no way to get a hold of it until they remade it.
I'm talking material for a reason. I think I'm meant to go that way. I think I'm meant to go that way.
But, time to jump. Leap of faith! There you go.
Get me the hell out of here.
Let's do.
Was this like a free DLC or did you have to pay for
Up and
this?
out.
No, it's
Keep going up and out.
no, it is.
Oh, it's free. Okay.
Oh no, ew.
Why is it ew?
Because
Shit, Ellie.
if you want, I'm actually in these tours right now.
Oh.
There's all like shoe stuff on the ground.
Well, you're not touching it, Ellie. It's,
Yeah, so I feel bad for her. It's telling me how to play the game.
Why? You've fucking played the game God knows how many times.
Da. Am I gonna kill someone or?
Shit, place to die.
I've got what to do. It's probably just, yeah, it's just, wow, thank you.
Come on.
A bottle. Dude. Oh.
Damn it.
Ooh. That's still alive, ain't it?
Yeah, that is definitely still alive.
I'm not stupid. Joe?
Oh. Wait. No.
What? That was Joe? That was a
But then
fast
it went back to normal, so
Oh, shit.
do you think she's just like thinking though it was Joel?
Yeah. Okay. La-da-doo, la-da-doo. La-da-doo, la-da-doo. La-da-doo. I've never played this before, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, I thought you already played this one before.
Nope, this is nope because this kind of like Lost Level wasn't in the PS4 version.
Oh, and you're playing the PS5 version, so
Yeah, but a lot of here, so please be locked, please be locked, please be locked. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Please-
yeah. I just got it from West End Storms. Thunderstorms possible in the next few hours.
Really hard. Wait, what? Right?
Why is it? That can't be it.
Okay.
The hunt.
And, right, okay. Obviously, we'll do this again with the director commentaries, so I want to see what it says. But first, we'll just do this little.
It's going to be a very short stream if it's this
Yeah.
short.
Hey, Tony.
Where are you?
Do. See, I thought this was Tommy at first when I saw the coat, but it was actually Ellie.
Just in the Ellie just took thingy's coat then.
Oh, this is a nice place.
Gotcha.
And then you got zombies everywhere.
I think there should be some zombies. Some zombies are vetted around here, but what's this place called? Mountain General Store. Okay.
Ugh.
Squeeze through here.
I can't see shit.
The boar! Got a brooded boar. Oh, you gotta avoid that now. You're gonna be running
I
around.
I was you before and I passed out.
Did Tony pass out?
Got you.
Connor.
I don't know.
I heard you say you got something to do with passed out. So I thought, oh, he's probably passed out.
No, no. I was up before, and then they passed out. Okay.
Oh.
Nowhere to run.
Oh. So we took a turn back time. To the good old days. Poor little boy.
Hello.
I like what you're doing.
Oh, she's getting flashback to Joe when Joe died. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's do these three again with.
What the fuck? That was not even a fucking DLC at that point.
It's fine.
This could have been a short video completely. It could have been like a just normal video instead of fucking thingy.
Go.
Ah. Tonight, we're drinking from the bowl.
Originally, this level was going to transition us to farm. We would go all the way through to the dance, where Ellie and Dina share their first kiss. Then we would play through Farm, and when Ellie plays the guitar at night, she would remember the Seth incident. So, the opening for this was a little tricky. We needed it to match at least a little what you might expect emotionally coming from prior beats, because we were already purposefully disorienting you in time and space. Remember, you just came from this huge fight. To jump straight into it would have been a little too jarring. After some back and forth, we rooted it in Ellie's nerves, calling back to her hands shaking in the theater. But this time, for a much more innocuous reason we'll find out later. She's nervous because she has a crush on Dina, who is the only reason why she's here at the dance.
Okay, interesting. We'll learn much more about the game. Just slow now.
Something we really wanted to do was highlight the way their lives had turned upside down since she went down this path. We had this idea of recontextualizing all of our usual gameplay mechanics that were designed for really violent ends. The workbench, door bashes, throwable weapons, and even the infected, which is my personal favorite. Peppered throughout the level are moments of levity or shared history, all the while seeing how happy and mundane they all were before her huge revenge odyssey.
No.
It is not a festival without one of these throwing games. This one, of course, uses our throwable system where you're often chucking explosive things or stunning things, but for a more wholesome purpose, although some people take this game really seriously. A fun aspect of this is if you did well, you could win a toy here. Ellie would place it in her pocket. If you had done this, you'd find the toy with JJ, Benny, later back at the farm. When we cut this, the toy made it through anyway because it was so cute.
Great.
It is the same one you see on the tractor at the farm. Ollie the elephant.
So you win, and okay.
This is one of my favorite sections because I think that it
Hello.
achieves both the slice of life aspect of Jackson while also being a stark reminder of how dark the world that they live in really
How was
is.
you pass out
To
after when
attract
you woke
attention and
up?
curiosity, one of the kids was supposed to make this
I don't know
adorable,
why.
messed up
I
little
went to
clicker
bed,
impression, and the others would
fell
giggle.
asleep,
We tried a
and then I
version where if you
woke-
got
and then I
close
woke
enough,
up
the kid
around
might try and follow you a
half
little before
half
turning
8,
back. Since
and
clickers
then-
are blind
and
moved
then
by
after
echolocation,
that I went
for this
to
game of messed up
toilet,
tag, Ellie must close
chilling
her eyes
out.
and listen for when the
Like, I
children
was
give
chilling
themselves
out on
away.
the bed, but
The thought
I
was that these
wide awake,
kids are
and
in
then,
relative safety.
and then
They
I don't know
still
where
grow
I
up
just
with the
passed
dangers
out.
of clickers and runners.
So that's
None of
how,
those
but
lessons
yes,
wouldn't let them
Connor
solve the
mentioned
game's
it, and I was like,
gameplay.
I heard
The
you say
festival got
something
cut.
about totally
They tried
passing
to
out.
preserve this moment and move it to the front of the game where the snowball fight is.
That's how I
as a
knew
tutorial.
all that.
However, being in the headspace of a clicker doesn't really teach you how to deal with them. Eventually, it evolved, and they instead made the snowball fight, which was, I think, way more effective. For me, it's character illuminating.
Wow.
Not only does Ellie know this game, she plays along. There's a familiarity with the kids that's really nice to see, especially because it's such a difference from the Ellie we see later, who has a sort of hollow normalcy that she's trying to get with JJ, but kind of fails.
Fucking hell, is this bit what you're doing?
I'm pretending to be a clicker.
Alright.
And there's one more.
I think it's wrong. There's that.
The makeup artist is pretty simple. It's one of those little in-game scenes we peppered in to make it feel like Ellie had roots in the town. Hallie, our writer, mentioned that in her mind, an ex-girlfriend of Ellie's tattooed her arm to cover up her scar. So we figured this might be the only time you get to see that. We wanted to hint at it and allude to it and make it feel like
I'm
there
not
had
there
been so
talking
much
at the same
more
time, but you
happening
can't
and so
actually
much
hear
more
them.
that Ellie threw away.
And the face paint's not on it, so.
Exactly. There's a bit of tattoo in it, what she's having.
Yeah, well, the face paint, her tattoos, that's on, I think I've did them on now.
I thought that I saw one right down there. You go
Alright.
further. There's one there.
There's a hidden spot at the back.
And if you
That
turn
is just
around,
a bit of
I
fun.
think I saw one.
It was
right
highlighting
behind
Jackson's
you.
normalcy
Well,
was something we would find in the
never
real
seen
world.
things.
In the back, you would find teenagers finding some alone time with each other in a dark corner of a party. It was rewarding the player for peeking into a hidden corner, but ultimately redirecting them back to the festival. We also had versions of them smoking weed here, despite Maria's consternation. probably haven't gotten it from Eugene.
Okay.
Well, I think it was no, like if I think it was down the side of the building. I think I saw one.
Where's one down there? So it's not there.
That's what I thought I
Oh,
saw.
here.
We use our workbench
Yeah, I
a
did
lot
see
to make
some
a
of it,
lot
I
of
didn't
things
know
like
where it
kill
was.
and maim and hurt people. Here, we had the silly idea of using the same feel, harkening back to the same
feel.
animations, using the exact same UI, to instead fix a drink. Like the workbench, you could pick your base, and then you could add something to it. And at the time, we had some different reactions from Ellie based on how strong you chose to make the drink. Something we wanted to prototype, though, before it got cut, was picking up some ingredients around to add, like a lime or maybe a bottle of someone's favorite whiskey or salt, like you were earning upgrades. We also toyed with having Ellie carry around the drink you made and occasionally sip it, psyching herself up to go talk to Dina inside because she's nervous. It got too noodly, though, because she would need to keep placing it somewhere before she did anything, so it would have ended up more trouble than it was worth.
No.
Oh, by the way, I did leave it away, by the way, Connor.
Oh, good. Right. That.
I did see one at the far back.
Right, down.
No, the other far back, like, to your left. There's one right to your right there.
There.
Then
Oh.
one right behind.
No, he's already done that one, I think, Tony. Because
Yeah.
if it's all the way up, then he hasn't done it, has he?
Yeah. So I think yeah. So I think I've done them all.
I think the one what you're talking about, Connor, is the one right at the top corner.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Tommy had to go on. Okay, open the door. Thank you for speaking to me. Yeah, that level's done.
So basically, these levels are really that, like.
Get off of me!
That.
Come on, Ellie. Do it. Right, you can actually grab material in here by the Tony. No point. No point grabbing anything.
Fuck Seattle.
This level, internally known as Find Nora, was quite long in duration as we had to make Ellie traverse a far distance to the opposite side of downtown Seattle. The sewer section
What do you mean?
was originally longer than what we released.
This
in
is
the game.
2 out of
Approximately 10
15.
minutes
Well,
more.
where's the one?
This was one of the few areas
Ah,
of
I
the game
put it
that
there.
used water flow as part of
Yeah.
a traversal
I was going to
plan.
say, because
The player has to go upstream to use the current to get to the platform to reach the other side. We mostly cut this mechanic game wide, however it remained in essence in the section swimming to the aquarium as Ellie,
fuck do I
when you
do?
were avoiding the waves.
Oh.
The ladder acts as an immediate goal for the player,
Yeah, that's the
but
first
being
one.
able to climb out is not going to be so easy. To keep
Fucking
levels
kill me.
interesting and engaging,
Oh.
we alternate between positive and negative values.
So
for
I'll-
the
One,
experiences.
I did see
Here,
one
it's
in the
positive to have
tunnel.
found the ladder, but then
One
a
there.
negative to
Gotta be
discover
another
it's
way
not
out.
the
One in the
solution.
tunnel, yeah.
But then another positive
Right,
to
there you
identify
go.
the next short-term goal of the doorway. By alternating
That's
between
right,
these
that's right,
opposing
that's
values,
right.
we give players what they expect, but not how they expect it.
Right. I would say I wouldn't mind us being out in the game rest of it. You know, it works with her.
When players reach the doorway and enter into the room, they're faced with a
Still
dead
stood
end.
there.
The real reason for this dead-end room is that on the reversal, when exiting back out the doorway, players are faced
Material,
with a
Tony,
big
what we
tunnels.
don't need.
Like that they'd not been able to see when they were swept past it on the way in, and something that was hidden from view when on the side platforms.
By the
The
way,
intention here being that the only
yes,
option is to
you're
go off the
literally at
standard
reset,
path in order to
so.
search for a way out.
there's no point of doing any of this. I don't know why I'm
Get the hell
going
out of here.
Throughout the rest of the level, we also used light to indicate to the player that they were heading in the right direction. At each turn, however, we blocked the direct route forward. Players would know that they just have to keep finding alternative paths, promoting those feelings of being desperate and trapped. We slowly introduced the player to consider climbing into smaller pipes and crouching in these tight
Can't see
spaces.
shit.
This is to slowly build up to
Up and
and
out.
encourage the player to climb
keep
into
going up
such
and out.
small pipes that they'll have to be crawling on their stomach, which is something that the player previously may not have recognised as a playable space, let alone the desired route they need to take. We added a tiny space just to reward the player's exploration with a pickup item, and we made sure it was something that made sense that you'd find in this area.
Oh,
A canister and all the garbage that had been washed into the sewers from the surface.
I didn't see this before, have I?
No, you didn't.
Okay, see, these are quite helpful actually.
Yeah.
We loved the idea of making Ellie prone through a tiny dirty pipe in order to get out, as it was a great opportunity to use our prone
Shit,
mechanic.
Ellie.
The unique camera setup was created to support crawling in these pipes, as the standard prone camera is much higher above the player. We also created custom collision in order for Ellie to manoeuvre in these tight spaces easily. Initially, the oblong collision capsule around her character caused issues crawling around corners. We put extra effort into the custom corner collision, so the movement experience is as
Excuse me.
smooth as the main game. In order for the player to feel cramped, claustrophobic and desperate, we'd been enforcing the traversal mechanics that allow for a tight environment which promote these feelings. We introduced the use of the squeeze through so that we can keep the player feeling enclosed and tight, but without repeating the same geometry. Here we changed from low ceilings with wider walls to high ceilings and tight walls to change up the spatial pacing and keep the level from repeating itself. Originally, we had the waterline much higher here, so players had to swim through this tight tunnel. However, from watching user test feedback, it was occasionally causing people to discount the route entirely and turn back on themselves. So to avoid any risk of this happening in the final game, we present a lower water level so the tunnel is easy to see and commit to using. Although this isn't as impactful without the prone swim, it's the better decision as it means a smoother experience for the player with no backtracking frustration. As we surface from the water
What?
and over the
Why
crest
does
of
that
the
say
slope,
11
we
now?
reveal
What?
what is further in this tunnel. A clicker that sprouted and the fungus has grown on
You've
the
missed
sides of the
one,
pipe.
yeah.
It was great to see people who user tested this area becoming increasingly worried as we forced the player to squeeze past the fungus and inches away from the clicker's face, all the time not being sure whether the clicker might be alive or attack them. Although we aren't as cruel as to force a clicker attack in such close proximity, we do have a payoff for this moment. This clicker momentarily turned into Joel to show Ellie's PTSD from what happened to Joel at the start of the game. Ultimately, we decided to save this moment for the farm level, as it was more impactful there because it could become the centrepiece of the experience. Whereas in the sewers, we weren't able to make it as much of a narrative point and give it the breathing room and reaction time that it deserves, given the tight space. We draw the player
So
towards this
basically
pipe,
that
as
bit
it's seemingly the
when
route
she
out
went
of tight
back,
space. Fairly soon, it's obvious that this path is
to go
blocked.
see Joel
If
again
the
when
player goes all the way
when
up to
Joe
the
was
bars
getting
that block
killed.
the path,
Yeah.
they are rewarded with a pickup, so
She-
this journey doesn't feel wasted.
She was meant
It
to
was
have
important
it
to encourage the
here,
player to
but
try to
no,
progress
she
along
changed,
the
Yeah,
path,
it's-
so that it
changed
would
the
steadily
farm.
think
it's-
with progress in this direction. We hint to the
Wait,
player
I
wonder
of
if
a
it's still
bigger
here.
new space beyond this pipe by showing the player the waterfall.
Hi, how are you?
Players consider the other route and they don't know how far the tunnel
Right.
is or whether
What
they'd
am I
make
doing
it.
Yeah, so,
That was hilarious when we first found that out.
alright, Tony, by the way, I got 78 reviews on that.
I know.
But right
That
right
was
here,
amazing.
this one here, it's where she's Joel.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's all in mind of them. So,
It's a says she has no, she now has PTSD. Ready?
boom.
Hi, Joe.
Bye, Joel.
Yeah, she were meant to basically had that scene what you had at the what's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called? At the farm.
Yeah.
For the final section, we eventually opened you out into a wider area as you traverse through such tight spaces
How
leading
long
up to
was
this.
that episode, by
The
the
change in
way?
environmental pacing makes it begin
Not
to feel
long.
like we're coming to the end of Ellie's ordeal. An
Like,
earlier
I
iteration
could have
used
ended
the
this
current
thing,
that was
like,
shown at the start for
half,
slightly
like maybe
tougher
20
traversal
minutes
puzzle
ago.
to conclude the sewers.
Oh no, not this
Ladders
one. I
clearly
mean
visible
your
from most
last
of the area,
episode.
and the player was faced with a fast flowing
Fiazza
torrent of
something.
water they couldn't cross. If the player attempted to jump into the water, they were not able to swim across the ladder due to the water's speed. But instead, they had to traverse the pipe running along the top of the space in order to get across the water.
I could have just went round. Okay. So that's one. It's somewhere.
Yeah, that's it.
3 hours, 48 minutes, and
Go back.
53 seconds.
Oh, yeah, no,
Don't.
there. But I have to go there first.
Using this pipe was retained in the iteration we shipped with,
Yeah.
as
Oh,
it's
you
the
literally
last
have
of the
one more
extreme
to
methods
do.
Ellie has to undergo in order to
Yeah,
escape the
yeah.
sewers, and what
Down
she will
there.
go through in her pursuit of revenge.
My bottle.
The jungle of the world's shortest. Okay.
The last
my
ladder
opinion,
climb was quite lengthy,
This could
and
have
although we
easily
could have
stayed
trimmed
in
it
the
down to
game.
a shorter climb, we liked how this last segment of the journey
And also, it
built
gives us more
anticipation
time.
for whether
playing
there was
as Ellie,
success at
because
the
we
top
play
or
as
not
more
after
as
all you've been
friggin'
through.
Abby and
Ultimately,
in
the
this
ladder
game.
exits out into the subway station, which is how it connects in the final game. Ellie then has to find her way to the hospital from here, crossing paths with the Scars for the first time.
And guess what? End. It's basically part of the game. You actually remember this part. Yeah. And last but not least, and then we're done for today's stream.
Did you went through this once?
I
But
went through it once without the voice thing. Now I'm doing it again with the voice thing, 'cause obviously it explains it more.
yeah.
So the boar hunt was one of the hardest levels for me to work on. It was a huge challenge with the systems that we had, and we kept trying, but it never felt quite right. Originally, the level happened after the Jackson Festival, which also got cut, but before Farm. Once the festival got cut, it became the prologue to Farm. The intended experience is that we jump forward in time after the fight with Abby in the theater. We don't know where Dina is. We likely assume she's dead because she was just bleeding out. Ellie is alone. Her hair is short. So maybe this is the future or the present. And she's hunting. Hunting who? Abby still? In early iterations of the fight, it was more arena-like.
There's only 5.
The player slowly whittles down the boar's health. Ellie gets more visceral and more vicious. We get a little worried about her. As the boar gets weaker, more panicked, more feral, and we start feeling sympathetic to the boar was the hope. In all of these iterations, especially of these wider areas, it required custom AI and scripting to make sure it continued to feel organic as an animal, but we really needed it to do specific stuff. It needed to be able to close distances really, really quickly. It needed to charge to attack, but we wanted the feeling of hunting, so we needed to track it down from afar. And we also needed to discourage the player from attacking the boar when it's that close, or it would kind of turn into this melee kerfuffle. How do we do this in our world while keeping the boar believable? We must have gone through 5 or 6 iterations of the boar fight and all, and every single time it changed pretty drastically. We split it into clear phases, where one was like all long range. We tried another where you're getting close and you get the jump on it quite literally. You're jumping off of a rock to attack it. And then finally, we tried a bunch where you almost sort of go around a bunch of trailers and try and wrestle it. We uncovered after some time that taking down a boar over several phases felt very laborious and a little dramatic. It was comically long, it felt too boss-like, a little too gamey. We decided to cut the first few phases, and we opted for a cold open after the boar had already been hurt off-screen. So that allowed us to focus on feeling like we're closing in on prey and to introduce the boar when it was at its most dangerous. Already hurt, already feral, much too close for comfort. And so the thinking was it would bring us more into Ellie's mindset. Is this really hunting for food, or is she hunting for some other reason? The gas station was built to highlight the boar's destructiveness. Since it's cramped, the boar feels larger. We also feel trapped with it, though perhaps it's trapped with us. When it charges, it gets to us quickly, so we must be on our toes. This made it more aligned with Ellie's sort of hunting for trouble mindset. Listening became more important, as well as moving around slowly so it didn't hear you. Could you spot it before it saw or heard you?
Oh.
And could you get a shot off quickly enough so you could dodge out of the way? Or is the shot worth the cost after? It feels like a gamble. By the end of the fight, everything would likely be in shambles, the boar would burst through the back, and Ellie would follow it and finally enact revenge.
Do.
Okay. I can't see shit. Nowhere to run.
The boar kill was supposed to be anything but glorious. With the boar whimpering at the back of the gas station after Ellie's relentless hunt. After this, hearing the drone that we kind of associate with Ellie's trauma, we would hard cut to the stream where she's washing her hands and holding rabbits that she hunted, about to return to Dina. And there would be no mention of the boar.
And there we go. So all 3 levels done twice, one with and one got the voice of the narration.
One without.
So obviously she has to technically, it's taking short then 20 minutes to do more, but obviously I went through it again just for you guys, the voice thing, so you guys will know more, but then, yeah, that's it. So please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later on maybe or tomorrow, so goodbye.